You're watching SEC Network Football presented by Allstate. These are two guys that'll be a huge factor in how this one plays out today. Keyshawn Vaughn missed his last week in a tough loss to Kentucky. Rakeem Boyd didn't play a whole lot early in the season. He has busted onto the scene. The former Texas A&M player has shown that he is capable of carrying the load. Dave Neal alongside former Georgia quarterback DJ Shockley. Glad you could join us today from the Ozarks. And DJ, those two guys we just saw, they are going to be huge in this game. I use that word huge because that's what Derek Mason says about having Keyshawn Vaughn back. That's what he means to this offense.
Well, he's a true difference maker for this offense, and he gives Kyle Sherman another outlet. He can do it in the run game. He can do it in pass pro. He can also do it when you're talking about throwing it to him out the backfield. He is a multifaceted player. And on the other side, Rakeem Boyd, the more dynamic type of back. You're going to see him have the possibility of taking a couple to the house today, but he's added another dimension to this offense going forward.
Vanderbilt wins the toss. They deferred, so Arkansas will have it first. Here's the kick. Warren back in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So Ty Storey, who was out last week, is back, and he tells us a little bit about what we can expect today from this Arkansas offense.
Ty Storey, junior quarterback from Charleston, Arkansas, today against Vanderbilt. We're looking to run the ball, open up the pass down the field, and take some shots.
And that has been the key. They have not been able to take those shots. Chad Morris's offense is predicated on that. They've had to really reevaluate what they're doing. And they run the ball more than they certainly anticipated back in week one. On first down and 10, little play action. Storey has time, has his tight end, C.J. O'Grady, who has just been a machine from the tight end spot. Of course, a little sluggish start for C.J. getting on the field early this year, but things are starting to really play in his favor.
And he's a big part of this offense as well. You can see the first play of the game, they try to get him the football, but I love the play call, getting Ty Storey out in space, getting him acclimated into the ball game quickly.
After the 16-yard pickup, incomplete pass as they try to hit Grayson Gunner, another tight end. Ty Storey, of course, had to sit out last week after the concussion against Ole Miss. And when he was on the field against the Rebels, Arkansas looked like they were in complete control. He leaves, things fell apart.
He's one of the type of players for this offense that fits it really well. And when he's playing at a high level, this Arkansas offense looks very similar to what they want it to be.
Here's Boyd, big play guy, making a big play early in this game. He'll be run out of bounds around the 32-yard line, a 27-yard scamper.
And you can see the speed that he plays with, and he gets skinny through that hole. But he has brought a different dimension to this offense with his speed and ability to get to that second and third level. Rakeem Boyd has really emerged as one of the top players, not only on this team, but in the SEC.
They'll go to Boyd again. He's inside the 25-yard line. Down on the field once again with us is Dawn Davenport. Let's check in with her now.
Dave, you see a little bit of an edge from Ty Storey. Coaches said he had that edge in practice after missing last week with that concussion. It was business as usual for Ty Storey. Offensive coordinator Joe Craddock told us a little rusty early, but by Wednesday he was exactly where they needed him to be. They expect him to have a solid performance today.
And Dawn, to follow up on that, Chad Morris told us point blank he expected Ty to have a great day. The way he practiced, he really felt like this could be his best game of the year.
Sometimes when a game is taken away from you, you have to sit back and watch it. You have a new love for it. And Ty Storey has come back this week with a newfound love for playing the quarterback position and playing quarterback here at Arkansas. And on his first drive, he's proven he's ready to play ball.
Chase Hayden now in the backfield. He'll go four receivers split out here to the near side. On a first down and 10, just outside the 15. There's a flag down on the play, and well defended. Mike Woods, the freshman, making the reception, a loss of 3. Alan George coming up, fighting through a blocker to make the play. All right, one of those illegal formation.
Arkansas had the numbers to that side. If
illegal formation offense, 5 players in the backfield. That penalty is refused. Second down.
You got 5 linemen up. You're supposed to have 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. and not sure if he has to be on the line, he has to be on the line. That gives you 7 different guys on the line of scrimmage. But 5, that play is going to be blown dead every time.
So after the loss of 3.5, it's now 2nd down. Ty Story will keep it off the left side. He's got some room, spins down to the 5-yard line. That'll be a 13-yard pickup. Jordan Griffin bringing him down, but it is going to be close to the 1st down line.
His left guard, number 62, coming around, Johnny Gibson, kicking out that backside linebacker, giving Story the right angle to run through. Showing a little bit of everything on his first drive, run and pass.
It is 3rd down and inches. They'll go inside, handoff to Hayden. He is stuffed. He might even lost a little bit. They give him forward progress. I believe they may. Just outside the 5. And they're going to say it'll be 1st and goal now for Arkansas. Didn't make it by much.
And Dave, this is a part of the field here where the offensive coordinator, Joe Craddock, talked about we need more touchdowns. We've kicked too many field goals when we got down here inside the red zone. Efficiency inside the red zone is #1 key for Arkansas offensively going into this ball game.
Couple of tight ends. Play clock down to 1. Had to burn a timeout. You mentioned that red zone. Connor Limpert, their kicker's been awesome. He's 15 of 18. Problem is he has 8 attempts inside the 39-yard line. Arkansas has come out and played extremely well here on their opening drive. This is a team that averages just over 25 points a game, 12th in the league. That is 89th in the country, but they have put together a fantastic performance as Ty Story is 3 out of 4 with 21 yards. And Chad says, you know, this is not the same offense we were really practicing back in the fall.
Yeah, this is an offense that he wanted to use a lot of tempo. We know Chad Morris over the years is an up-tempo, let's go fast type of pace. But because this offense is still learning how to play at that pace, he's had to kind of modify how he called plays and how they go about their business. And this first drive has been a real good product of what they want to look like offensively.
Rakeem Boyd back in the game, 2 tight ends set. They'll hand it off to Boyd. Cuts it back, diving for the end zone, and gets in. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Number 62, Johnny Gibson right there, getting that seal block, and the rest is just a tough physical run by Rakeem Boyd. All set up by the long run, then also Ty Story with some big completions on that drive. Very impressive drive for Arkansas, going down and getting points inside the red zone. Touchdowns, not field goals.
Point after is up and good from Connor Limpert. Now 24 out of 24 in point after attempts. Rakeem Boyd set it all up with a nice 30-yard run earlier in this drive, and he caps it off from 5 yards out. Number 5 gets in for 6. Guards had 40 on that drive, and that will certainly cause some headaches for that guy. Derek Mason, now in his 5th season as the Vanderbilt head coach. Arkansas just sliced and diced him up on that one.
Yeah, a lot of soft coverage for Vanderbilt on that drive, and Ty Story and that offense took full advantage of it.
From the 3-yard line, Jamari Wakefield, and there comes a flag in, laid a couple of them as he gets it right over the 20-yard line. Nine plays and 75 yards on your opening drive. Pretty good stuff from the Hogs.
Receiving team, number 15, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, first down.
Well, Kyle Shermer, we've seen number 14 quite a bit over the years at quarterback. The senior out of Philadelphia, and you know, even by his standards, probably not the kind of season he was expecting to have in his last go-round, but nonetheless, you know he's a guy that's going to get a great look in the NFL, and he's got all the tools, and if he can start hooking up with Elijah Lipscomb and get some help in running back, blocked by this guy, Keyshawn Vaughn, things can turn in a hurry. A 9-yard pickup.
If you're excited about watching running backs or offense period, Keyshawn Vaughn, Raheem Boyd are at the top of your list of guys to watch it featured. He does so many great things for this Vanderbilt offense and gives them a chance to really be special.
Averaging almost 7 yards per carry is Keyshawn Vaughn. Picks up 9 on his opening toe to the afternoon. Shermer overthrows Vaughn out of the backfield. Vaughn also has 7 receptions this year where he's averaging over 18 yards per catch.
And we bring the big playability here. You have a third down with Vaughn trying to come out the backfield, but a big 3rd and 1 here. Gives you opportunity to throw it or run it. But I expect this football to be in the hands of Kyle Shermer making a good decision.
3rd down and 1. 3 receivers coming near side. They'll come with a sweep near side. Javion Marlowe on the sweep picks up 4. The freshman out of Winter Haven, Florida. Just his 4th carry of the year. It'll be 1st and 10 for Vanderbilt. This Vanderbilt team averaging just 23 points a game. That is 112th in the country, coming off a 7-point performance on what was a brutal night of football in Lexington last week. Cold temperatures, wind, howling. Here's Vaughn. He'll be tripped up and flips over the 25 out to the 26-yard line. I mean, last week this Vanderbilt offense, they had 6 drives inside the Kentucky 50, 3 inside the 40, and only produced 1 touchdown.
You have to have more production, especially when you're moving the football at the pace they were moving at. You talked about the environment and what it was like. You still have to come up with points in those situations. This is another situation in this game where you got a 2nd and long. You got to find a way to complete a football here.
Head start off the edge. Game getting a head start, and see if he was drawn. No, he was not. That'll certainly help Vanderbilt out.
McTelvin there, that's 3 sacks on the year, trying to get a head start after Kyle Shermer there, but he's a big part of their defense and getting pressure, trying to be a bigger distraction for this Vanderbilt offense. But this is a unit that we'll get after. We know they have some really good linebackers and DeJohn Harris and Dre Greenlaw, but it just helps out that Vanderbilt offense with that offside penalty.
Kari Blasingame in at running back now. He'll line up 7 yards deep. He'll get the carry out over the 35, and that'll be good enough for a Vanderbilt 1st down. So a couple of chain movers for the Commodores here on their opening possession as Randy Ramsey gets credit for the tackle. Blasingame, 55 carries, 257 yards coming in to this one. Only had 3 yards on 3 carries last week.
But Dave, we've seen the emphasis for both teams offensively already. Establish the run game is number 1.
Vaughn back in the game. Trying to go speed sweep to Lipscomb. Round the edge, well read, well played by Arkansas. That'll be a gain of a yard, brought down by Dre Greenlaw, one of those linebackers you were talking about. And he comes up a little gimpy. He'll hobble off to the sideline. That'll get Bumper Poole, the true freshman, into the football game.
Last time we saw Arkansas, we saw a similar situation with Dre Greenlaw going down early in the ball game, and Bumper Poole actually came in and played really well, was solid for him, so they know he can get the job done, but Dre Greenlaw is a difference maker.
37 starts in his career for Greenlaw. Here's Vaughn. He's got some room. He's got some blockers. Down the far side, it's a foot race. Touchdown, Vanderbilt, 63 yards. Well, the two guys we said that were going to be major impact guys have shown up today.
And the attitude on the outside, Jared Pickney coming around, the tight end number 80, getting that last seal block to get him around the edge. Keyshawn Vaughn, just as similar as Rakeem Boyd, have the ability to take it to the house every time they touch the football. And this is what Keyshawn Vaughn brings to this offense, that deep threat ability when he has the football in his hands.
So Riley Gay's point after is up and good, and just like that, we're tied at 7. Keyshawn Vaughn. He asked Derek Mason, I said, point blank, what does it mean to have Vaughn back on the field? He said, huge, game changer. I think he was right on.
The University of Arkansas has been on a mission since 1871.
To learn, to solve, to serve.
Working together to make life better.
We grow here, inspired by the people, ideas, and opportunities that surround us.
Providing momentum for the rest of our lives.
We're dedicated to Arkansas.
Our mission starts here.
And our impact is far-reaching.
As we create solutions to life's biggest challenges.
We imagine a better world.
And we're determined to build it.
Well, the last drive for Vanderbilt, they had to convert a couple of third downs, and they relied on number 5 big time.
Keyshawn Vaughn, I mean, the patience and the vision that he runs with, he doesn't get over his feet at times. And you can see the patience here. He waits till his tight end Pickney gets around for that last seal block. And then we talk about the speed to get to the next level and turn it on. We see the emphasis of them wanting to run the football and the emphasis of having Keyshawn Vaughn in this offense.
Pretty good average there. 3 carries, 74 yards.
I'll take it.
Warren back to return the kick. Will let it bounce out of the end zone and out to the 25-yard line. So both teams have had outstanding opening drives as we are tied at 7 with 8:02 to go in the opening quarter. College football continues today on the SEC Network. A good one going on in Columbia. 12th ranked Kentucky take it on Missouri at 4 o'clock Eastern. Then at 7:30, two teams hoping they can get to a bowl game. Tennessee squares off against South Carolina in our SEC Saturday night matchup. Both games, of course, streaming live on the ESPN app. Vandy averaging 14 yards a carry. Arkansas averaging 11 yards per carry. They go with Rakeem Boyd on the first play of this possession, and he'll pick up 7.
The number one thing Joe Craddock, the offensive coordinator, talked about was staying ahead of the chains, being good on first down. Well, I think they've done a great job already of being good on first down with the production of the running back.
Ty Story dancing around, nowhere to go, and he'll be dropped. He'll lose 2.5, maybe 3 when it's all said and done. Vecchio getting in there for the big sack. The transfer, the grad transfer. Just picked up yet another one. Vecchio now with 3 sacks on the season. Transferred in from Penn out of the Ivy League. So now 3rd down and 6. Story stands in the pocket over the middle, throws a dart to O'Grady, who gets it to the Vanderbilt 46-yard line. A 25-yard pitch and catch.
O'Grady is one of those type of players that you have to account for defensively because of his athleticism. You might as well treat him like a receiver because he has the ability to really stretch the field, especially down the middle.
It'll be 2nd down, and let's call it 8 or so. But, you know, how about last week? Things have certainly turned in the pass game. Vanderbilt only allowed 18 yards to Kentucky. Of course, Wildcats didn't exactly look to throw the football last week in those brutal, windy conditions. But already today, Ty Story finding some holes. Chase Hayden in the backfield. He'll block for Ty Story. A flag comes in near side as Story gets it to the 38. Jordan Griffin will make the tackle if it
Illegal
stays.
formation, offense. 5 in the backfield, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Well, we got some of the best tacklers in the conference on display today. Matter of fact, the top two guys, Jordan Griffin leading the way with 86 total tackles. He's had back-to-back games with 18. On the other side, DeJohn Harris, 82 total tackles. That is second best in the conference. Those guys seem to find the football.
They know what the football is because they can read and recognize better than most guys playing that position. And sometimes they see it faster than other guys, and that's why they get downhill and able to make those extra tackles and why they're atop the SEC.
Four-man rush from the Commodores. This story has a lot of time, and it finally ends. Just couldn't get rid of the football. A loss of 6. Dayo Otabango, the first one there, and then Griffin kind of cleans it up.
Coming right off the edge here. And I don't give this a sack to the offensive line. This is Ty's story. He has to get the football out of his hands. He took 3, 4, 5 hitches. You got to take off or you got to throw this football away. You cannot continue to hold on to the football and expect your offensive line to hold up for that long.
First sack of the year for Dayo. Now they'll go with 3-man rush on 3rd and long. Big collisions around midfield, but well shy of the line to gain. LaMichael Petway brought down by Donovan Sheffield, and it'll be 4th down. And an example of what Chad Morris talked about yesterday. They fell behind in terms of first down production, and it cost them.
Unlike the first drive, you had penalties, you had 2 sacks. Those are remedies for a bad offensive drive, and it's hard to overcome those type of mishaps on offense when you're trying to move the football and stay ahead of those chains like you mentioned.
Flag is down. They'll stop the play.
Defense in the neutral zone. Causing the offense to move. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
So now it's 4th down after the penalty and about 3.5, maybe 4. But some of the fans here hollering for Arkansas to go for it. But Chad Morris says, now we're going to wait a second. The whistle stopped the clock again.
Please reset the game clock. 4 minutes, 15 seconds. Thank you.
So Reed Bauer will finally get to punt one away, we hope. End over end kick. Trey Ellis lets it bounce and it goes into the end zone. Tied at 7. Vanderbilt with their second possession on offense coming up after the break.
Kari's passion for football motivates intense collaboration. His pursuit, impact healthcare for those who need it most. Riley's devotion to dance stirs the heart and mind. Her drive, impact cures to crippling disease. Fiona's passion for languages and culture inspires a global mindset. Her dream, impact women in business around the world. Through discovery at Vanderbilt, passion inspires impact. Find your impact.
SEC Network Football is presented by Allstate, reminding you that football season is mayhem. And in part by ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
That's a look at Tusk 5. He will soon be the mascot whenever Tusk 4 decides his career is over. Now, little guy, you know, cute little guy, he's up to like 50 pounds, born back in April. Here's Tusk 4. Now, he weighs 300 pounds.
Goodness.
You know, on the farm, Tusk 4, they call him Big Boy. Tusk 5, they call him Little Bit. Oh, that ball should have been picked off. Not a little bit about having that picked off. That was a lot of bit picked off. Ryan Pulley had a chance.
And it's a great route run up top, and just the inconsistency there. He's coming out of it flat, and he's throwing it more like he's going up the field like a post route. just not on the same page as Kyle Sherman and his receivers. And you talked about it early in the ball game there, Dave, is he hasn't had the season that he expected, and it's because of simple little plays like that that set him off.
2nd down and 10 from the 20. Vaughn stumbles as he comes through the hole. He'll pick up 4. By the way, do you want to go by big boy or a little bit?
I think big boy works better. I like big boy.
Yeah.
Big boy.
I mean, that's 300 pounds right there. And I had a chance to, that thing is a lot bigger.
You had a chance to go pet him? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I didn't even want to get my hand near that thing, trust me. But it is a lot bigger than you think.
Big down on both sides here. 3rd and a long 6 right here for Vanderbilt. Can Arkansas get some pressure here on Kyle Sherman?
Kari Blasingame in the backfield with Sherman. Boy, Arkansas bringing the house. And it all caves in on Kyle Sherman. A loss of 8. Guidry and Watts leading the charge.
They go with a nice inside here, and you get the pressure coming around from the outside. And the pocket just collapses on Kyle Sherman. 6-man pressure and not enough guys to pick up for Vanderbilt. And what a big-time series for Arkansas.
Parker towing back to punt. He will stand at the 2-yard line. Deion Stewart around the 45 on the other side of the line. Drive, wobble to kick. High bounce, and it'll go out of bounds. So each team scores on their opening possessions, but then the defenses produce some stops. Back in a moment. Rakeem Boyd, who started his career at Texas A&M. Things didn't work out. He goes to junior college and finds his way to Arkansas, and they are glad to have him. He is a big-time running back, and he is showing his skill set. Coaches told us early this year that he just needed to get in shape. He needed to learn the offense, and he's still trying to pick things up. They have to be careful how they use him. But, boy, you want him on the field as much as possible.
And that's a good thing why you have a Ty Story who knows this offense in and out. Can help a Rakeem Boyd because they need him on the field.
1st down and 10. They'll line up in the pistol. That time he's met in the hole. Birchmeyer, 295-pound sophomore nose tackle, says, "Good morning."
And I asked Coach Morris about, does he like to stay in the pistol? Does he like to be offset? And he said he loves to be in the pistol a little bit more because it allows him to get downhill faster. And if you see it today, they've been in the pistol a number of times. The vision that he plays with, the downhill run style that he likes to run with, it just fits Rakeem Boyd and its offense so much better.
Only a yard on that last carry. Bootleg for Story. Nowhere to go with the football. Great coverage downfield. Everybody tied up on that back end. Pressure came from Caleb Peart.
And you look on the outside, you wonder where's the coverage, can he throw the football to? And one thing I want you to see is Story has to do a better job of attacking the line of scrimmage. He's not a threat to run right now. He's looking to throw, which is good, but attack the line of scrimmage more and force those defensive players to come up. So now you have an outlet to throw the football if you get a chance.
So again, you know, like last drive, here's Arkansas chasing the chains a little bit. 3rd down and 9. Story. That ball is picked off. Jawan Williams. His 3rd pick of the year.
Juwan Williams, a big, long corner that coach they just love it. I think he's just a little late on this ball, but also there's no backing up from Juwan Williams. There's no threat of the deep ball going down the field, so he just sits on this curl right here. Look, he never nearly comes out of his back pedal and just drives on the football and comes back to it. And what just a great play by Juwan Williams, being the receiver on that play, let alone the defensive back.
First down and 10 as they celebrate the interception by Williams. Here's Vaughn, little stutter step, and he is wrapped up and thrown to the turf after a gain of a yard. Dorian Gerald making the tackle for Arkansas.
Vanderbilt Hill has a huge opportunity to put more points on the board in Arkansas territory. You talk about wanting to take shots. Here's a good play where you can take a shot on if you have the opportunity coming off a turnover.
They'll fake it to Marlowe. Shermer trying to go deep. Will come underneath instead, and there it is to Kalijah Lipscomb. 17-yard pickup. Wanted to take a shot down the field, but ended up going underneath.
And the great thing he got on this play is protection. Look at him able to stand in the pocket and survey the field and wait for Kalijah to come all the way across the field. He has to go through a couple defenders, gets to that third level on the other side, and Cal finally finds him over there on the other side of the sideline. But a great job of protection up front by this experienced offensive line of Vanderbilt.
Blasingame. He's to the 20-yard line. That'll be the final play of the first quarter, and it came in as a pick'em game. We thought this game would be as competitive as any today, and it has turned out that way at least in the first 15 minutes. Great opening drives, the two-star tailbacks making their presence known. It's 7 apiece here in Arkansas. Watching SEC Network football presented by Allstate as the first quarter is in the books. We are tied at 7. You look at some numbers from that first quarter, and 102 yards for Vanderbilt, 112 for Arkansas. Both teams had lengthy opening drives. The defenses have seemed to have settled in a little bit. And now Vanderbilt around the 20-yard line. Mo Hassan in at quarterback. Out of that quarter break, and Mo will take it off the right side, and he will lunge forward, good enough for the first down. So Mo Hassan comes into the game. He's played sparingly in 3 contests, played against Nevada, South Carolina, Georgia, 4 out of 6 through the air, but that was a specially designed play for him just to take it on his own and pick up as much as you can.
When you get late into the season, you find ways to be creative offensively, and any way you can get some playmakers in the ball game to produce more yardage, you do it.
Shermer back in the game now. Keyshawn Vaughn breaking a couple of tackles, dives for the end zone. They're going to say he's down around the 1-yard line. It'll be a 13-yard gain. I think Vaughn, in his mind, felt like he had that one.
Ruling on the field is that the ball carrier was down. First down, Vanderbilt.
You see right elbow goes down right there about the 1-yard line. Good call by the official here. Right elbow, and he reaches out.
Clearly, he was down around the 1-yard line. First and goal for the Commodores. They'll play fake it. Shermer to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Jared Pinkney wide open.
This offense is built on play action. That's one thing that Vanderbilt always talks about, having the ability to be able to create plays through play action, and sets up another big touchdown throw here.
Kyle Shermer just 4 attempts on the afternoon, but one of them good enough for a touchdown. Riley Gay to attempt the point after. Jared Pinkney now with 27 catches on the year and give him 4 touchdowns.
With Vanderbilt's ability to throw the football and also run the football effectively in this ball game, Kyle Shermer's effective throwing it to Jared Pinkney. We got a ball game here.
Jared Pinkney, the big tight end, having some kind of season here. The redshirt junior in their last 5 games now with 22 receptions, closing in on 400 yards. 6 plays, 42 yards. And you think about the levels, right? Shermer has to work with. You got a good run that drive from Vaughn in the backfield, had a nice catch from Lipscomb, and then had the touchdown reception from Jared Pinkney. The 3 guys that kind of carry this offense.
Those are the 3 guys that make it roll. And Kyle Shermer is the head of that offense, and distribution has been good so far.
Warren brought down around the 16-yard line, but that whole thing got started because of this play.
Yeah, Jawan, you talking about Jawan Williams making a great play on the football and just being more aggressive after the football, picking off Ty Story, never getting out his back pedal, and Vanderbilt actually coming off with a big turnover.
Let's go down to Dawn.
Well, Dave, for defensive coordinator Jason Tarver, the ball is everything. He's turned everything into a competition. He started this in the spring. Whoever gets to the football, attack the ball the most, gets either a gold ball or a black ball. I talked to a lot of the players, and they said that this has been a lot of fun because everything is a competition for them. They sign this if they get a pick. He said it's a secret scoring system, though. Wouldn't give us the details on that, but he said defensive line can get involved, too, because of that secret scoring system, and it seems to have worked for this defense. Last year, 9 takeaways all season long. They already have 14. Let's make that 15 with that interception today. So it seems to be working for Tarver. Attack the ball. Here you go.
Hey, I'll give you $5. I'll give you $5 if you sign that football, Don.
Oh my goodness! No. By the way, they have about 15 Sharpies in here. They're expecting to utilize them.
To Jason, love Dawn. That'd be great. Just autograph it. Batted in the air. And it'll be 3rd and long coming up for Arkansas.
And that's how the defensive lineman can participate in the gold/black ball competition is. If you can't get to the quarterback, find a way to get your hands up and deflect the football. And now you force another 3rd and long here. Well, Ty Story put the ball in jeopardy again here, as looks like Vanderbilt's looking for some pressure.
Ball start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's the big left tackle, Colton Jackson. He missed the first 3 games because of some back surgery in the offseason. Came back against Auburn. Glad to have him back. He's a good one.
Vanderbilt willing to concede the underneath routes here. They're playing the chains there. You see so many guys are far back.
Boy, 3rd and forever, and they just hand it off to left side. Gain of 6 for Chase Hayden, but here comes that Arkansas punt team. What has Vanderbilt done here in the last couple possessions to really shake up what Arkansas did in that opening drive?
Well, they've got pressure for one, and Ty Story has held on to the football a little bit longer than you probably want for your quarterback. And now Vanderbilt's kind of smell the blood in the water. They're coming after Ty Story. They're playing more aggressive on the outside against their receivers. They got to find a way to win those one-on-ones on the outside, or it's going to continue to be a long day offensively for Arkansas.
Reed Bauer, the freshman, back to punt. Good clean snap. Line drive kick. That'll be taken at the 44-yard line by Ellis. Stutter steps, and he'll get it into Arkansas territory. Another short field for Vanderbilt. The last time they had a short field, they stuck it in the end zone for a touchdown. Time now to take a look at the mayhem moment brought to you by Allstate. For that, we'll go back to 2005 between the Hogs and the Doors. Razorbacks held an 11-point lead entering the fourth quarter, but that's when Jay Cutler found Eric Davis for 19-yard completion, and on 4th and 10, that would set up this touchdown. Cutler hit Marlon White with 26 seconds remaining for the game-winning 6-yard touchdown, 28-24. So you look at the series history, only the 10th meeting between these two teams, but our great friend, longtime media relations director for football over at Vanderbilt, Larry Leathers, back in 2005, was celebrating so much on the Vanderbilt sideline, he blew his knee out.
Oh, come on, Larry.
He did. One of the players jumped up on his back, and Larry went down. He told me not to talk about it, but I said there's no chance.
Have to be more careful. Keyshawn Vaughn, we saw, has been a big part of this offense in the first quarter. And he's going to continue to be a big part of it, but they got to find ways to give him the football out in space as well as throwing the football. He's improved his catching ability out the backfield.
Second down and 11 now. Just make it 12. Shermer stands in the pocket. Quick throw coming near side. And that'll hit Lipscomb for a gain of 6. Now let's go back to the studio for an update with DirecTV. More for your college football thing.
All right, Dave, Neal, how about this? Trevor Lawrence finds T. Higgins as Clemson gets off to a 7-0 early lead down in Tallahassee. That was after Clemson had missed a field goal but got fouled out by a Florida State personal foul penalty.
Thanks, Peter. And listen, do me a favor. If that thing gets kind of out of hand, let's limit those highlights if you don't mind.
I was wondering if you didn't want to see that or not.
On third down. Again, heat comes. Shermer hits the deck, and so does the football. Trying to hit Lipscomb underneath, and he couldn't hang on, and it wouldn't even been good enough for the first down anyway.
It probably wouldn't have been good enough for the first down, but the way they're playing defensively and offensively, it would have made that fourth down a little bit closer and possibly gave Mason something to think about. And that's been part of it as well this season. His drop balls on the season hasn't helped his quarterback and Kyle Sherman. And this is a ball you expect Elijah Lipscomb to make.
Tomei trying to pooch one in there. High over end over end kick. Fair catch called for by Stewart. 31-yard punt, and Arkansas backed up inside the 10. Hey, Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern, it's a special Halloween edition of Screaming Out Loud. You know, it used to be known Thinking Out Loud. Greg McElroy, Marcus Spears will be on hand. And don't be spooked, because they'll still talk football and want your participation via social media throughout the show. That's Screaming Out Loud, a special Halloween edition on Monday night at 7 o'clock Eastern, right here on the SEC Network. The first drive was just textbook. Since then, it has been an offense stuck in the mud.
Yeah, it's been a struggle, and it's been a struggle because of what they've done on first down. They've had 0 or negative yardage plays on first down, which has hindered them.
Here goes Ty Story. They'll get him a first down out near the 25-yard line. They'll spot it at the 24. That'll make it a 16-yard pickup.
You love the play call, giving your quarterback ability to run the football. And you know you're going to pick up positive yards. You know the great thing of getting out of bounds. We talked about having the concussion last week. Do not take any extra hits. Get what you can and get out of bounds.
Play fake it. Story slings it. They're going to say caught at the 30-yard line. Austin Cantrell with a nice catch right on that sideline.
Watch the patience at the end right here. Snap that big right paw, gets that left foot down. But the patience of Story, wait until he gets all the way across and clears the two defenders from Vanderbilt. Allow them to complete that football.
Well, that won't get a whole lot of notoriety, but that was some kind of catch.
Yeah, that was a good catch.
On second down, they'll go with Boyd, and he is wrapped up, and there should be a face mask for that one. Drew Birkmeyer Looked like he stuck a paw out there and got a face mask.
Oh, a big paw. Grabbed a lot of that face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 91, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And you see Drew right here in the middle. He's going to get his big paw up a little bit too high on Rakeem Boyd and holds on to it, and that's going to be a big 15-yarder every time.
So that'll move it out to the 45-yard line. First down and 10. Couple of tight ends. Mike Woods asking for the football on the outside, but they'll give it to Boyd, who was tripped up. Nice play by Jordan Griffin, the SEC's leading tackler, making another one. Now up to 90 tackles on the season.
So look at Jordan Griffin fill the hole, take on the block, and then has the wherewithal to get off the block and make a play. That's where guys like Jordan Griffin are really special, because they don't allow themselves to get blocked in the hole. They get off blocks, make plays, and give their defense opportunities for other guys to fly to the football.
Derek Mason says he's the smartest defensive player in the room. He knows it all from top to bottom. He'll go to the outside. Deion Stewart trying to find some room to run. Not a whole lot there. He'll get it to midfield. That'll make it 3rd and 5 coming up.
Because your run game has gotten going, now you're able to throw the football on the perimeter. You have a 3rd and medium now. The playbook is wide open. You got a running back who usually is averaging over 6 yards a carry. You can run the football if you like, or you can put the ball in the hands of your quarterback to pick up a first down. But the guys on the outside have to win. Man-to-man coverage looks like on the outside.
Oh, had a chance.
Here's O'Grady there.
Vanderbilt was clearly across the neutral zone, but Arkansas resets, and Story throws it out to his tight end O'Grady, who makes perhaps the catch of the day. 14-yard pickup. Just kind of batted it back to himself.
Look at the pause. I mean, the reach to be able to get that football out there. But give Ty Story some credit as well. Standing there, knowing he's going to get hit, giving this guy a chance versus that man coverage.
Boy, there's just nowhere to run right now. That'll be a loss of 2. That is now 6 tackles for loss here in the first half. Dio Odobengo getting credit for that stop.
Well, right now Vanderbilt is winning the line of scrimmage game in the run game. In the first quarter, Arkansas was running at will, but now that defensive line for Vanderbilt has stepped up his play and started to change the line of scrimmage and is penetrating, which is not giving much room to run for either Arkansas running back.
Pressure comes, and Arkansas runs right through it. Chase Hayden to the end zone. 38 yards.
Even when it's not working, you still got to stick with it, and the run game still comes up big. And Arkansas hits their head on the goalpost with that run.
Limpert with the point after. It is up and good, and just like that, we are tied again with 6:45 to go in the second quarter. Chase Hayden with a long touchdown run.
Chase Hayden create the hole, but here's the big blitz in the hole. Dimitri Moore tries to create that hole, but look at Chase Hayden. You can run a truck through there if you wanted to, Dave Neal. What a great job of sticking with it, and Chase Hayden using the speed to get to the end zone. We're all tied here at 14.
Tied at 14 after the Chase Hayden touchdown run. And that kick will go out of bounds. So a great break for Vanderbilt there. And that'll give us an opportunity to tell you Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern after the semifinals of the SEC Women's Soccer Tournament. It'll be Marty and McGee. They have you covered with everything that's SEC right here on the SEC Network, also streaming live on the ESPN app. You know, I've been trying to get on Thinking Out Loud.
Yeah, let's not even worry about that no more.
I'm going to switch it, Marty and McGee. Last night, or this week, they actually had some fried squirrel.
Fried squirrel?
On the set.
Are you a fan of fried squirrel?
No, I just thought that was pretty cool that they had some fried squirrel.
So if you were on set, would you have tried the fried squirrel?
I'd have let Marty try it. That's what Marty does. Marty was breaking down how you eat fried squirrel.
There's an art to it, huh?
I guess. First down and 10. Shermer comes near side. Lipscomb, nice little dipsy-do move out to the 40. It's a gain of 5. Shermer today, 4 out of 7, 29 yards and 1 touchdown.
It's a different way to win a ball game. It's a different way to be productive. And when you have a guy like Keyshawn Vaughn back there who puts a lot of pressure on opposing defenses with his ability to run the football, it gives him a better chance to be productive as he's been already.
Jamari Wakefield in the backfield as Vanderbilt goes with that pistol formation. And here is Wakefield trying to stretch it, cuts it back. Jamari with some running room. He has run out of bounds inside the 40. Actually, we'll spot him right at the 40. That'll be a 20-yard pickup.
And in this type of offense, you have to be able to block on the perimeter. And look at Donovan Tennyson on the outside, number 4, receiver, creating an extra lane for him to run through. Well, there's some gaping holes in this Arkansas defense right now, and Vanderbilt is exposing that with some huge runs so far.
Look at the rush yards today, 123 on the ground. Keyshawn Vaughn already with 90 of those on 7 carries. Shermer, though, will throw here. And it is bobbled and caught by Pinckney. It's a race to the end zone. Touchdown, Commodores. 40 yards. What a play by Pinckney. His second touchdown today. My goodness, what a catch and run from the big fella.
When you talk about having trust in your receiver, throwing it into double coverage, Pinckney not even worrying about who is back there, and the ability to finish this play at the end is big-time football. Jared Pinckney showing up with his second touchdown on the day. That was a great throw, great catch, and an even better finish.
How about our tight ends today with O'Grady and Pinckney? They have made some plays now.
And Dave, I know you're a big fan of tight ends, so this is right up your alley.
One after is up and good, and Vanderbilt just like that takes the lead back, 21-14. Our tight ends showing unique skill sets for the big fellas. And then it's a mad dash to the end zone.
All right, coming up, SEC Halftime Report. This is what these guys do all the time, right? Gene Chizik, Chris Doring, they're breaking down plays. We'll break down everything that's happening in that score fest of Vandy, Arkansas, including Florida, Georgia, or I guess I got to say Georgia, Florida for those watching for that one. All right, let's head back out to Fayetteville, the score fest. David, DJ.
It is. Both teams came in averaging right around 25 points a game, and it looks like we're going to eclipse that quite easily this afternoon. 21-14, Commodores out in front. A little over 5 minutes to play. High kick will settle in the end zone. Warren will take a knee. Ty Story, of course, missed last week, going through concussion protocol. Back on the field this week as the Arkansas starter and got off to a red-hot start. But since then, just 3 of 6, 26 yards, including that interception that set up Vanderbilt for a touchdown.
Give Vanderbilt defense a lot of credit. They've settled in. They played a lot more man coverage, brought some pressure. But for Arkansas to be really successful, they have to continue to run the football. Rakeem Boyd, we haven't heard his name called a lot in the second quarter. He has to be a big part of what they do now.
Big hit as Boyd gets a couple of yards through that hole. Dario Tabango, first one there for the Commodores. Rakeem Boyd, 6 feet, 200 pounds. They say he's right around 208 right now. They're not too worried about his weight.
He's gotten here and he's got on a good meal plan. He's eating really good, so gained a couple pounds here and there.
Out over the 30 to the 33-yard line. Darius Wiley comes up to make the play on Boyd.
And Dave, we talked about how they need to stay ahead of the chain. Joe Craddock said, hey, the emphasis for this game was number one, stay ahead of the chains, be good in the red zone, and the last part of it was ball security. And he said, for one, our quarterback has to take care of the football. Ty had a couple fumbles versus Alabama, has thrown an interception already today. He takes care of the football. It gives his offense a chance here on a big third down.
Low snap, but Story fields, and it's batted down on a 3rd and 3. Louis Vecchio getting his hand up in the air. He's had a couple of big plays today. So Arkansas will punt it away. Reed Bauer stands back to punt again. Trey Ellis back to return. Good kick, angled toward the sideline. Not much Ellis can do as he'll fair catch it at the 20-yard line. A 47-yard punt with 3:52 to play in this one. 21-14. This came in literally as one of the pick'em games of the day. People around the country felt like this was going to be an extremely close football game, and certainly Vanderbilt has come out here and shown us that they've got some really high-end weapons in Lipscomb and Keyshawn Vaughn and Jared Pinckney. You've been impressed with what they've done offensively?
Absolutely. We've seen Vanderbilt play with some of the better teams in our conference and just have not been able to finish.
Yeah.
Today they've shown the ability to really stretch the field, but also use that run game defensively. They're getting after the passer. They're being more aggressive at the front end as well. This is a team that's starting to understand how to play and finish ball games. But right now they've done a great job of containing what is Arkansas, a very good offensive team.
So 1st down and 10. And off coming left side. There's just no room there. No room at all for Jamari Wakefield, and that'll bring up a 2nd down. TJ Smith, Dejon Harris.
Now, this is a chance with 3 minutes before halftime to maybe implement what Kyle Shermer is all about, his ability to throw the football. And Kalijah Lipscomb is one of their key players on the outside. But we know offensively it runs a lot through Pinckney and the running back.
Go with Wakefield again. Not much there. Gain of 3. So now chasing the sticks again. 3rd down, kind of backed up. Don't want to do something dangerous here or risky.
You're definitely right about that. In this area of the field, on 3rd and long, you expect pressure from Arkansas. Wonder if Arkansas brings pressure here to force the football out of the hands of Vanderbilt. But Vanderbilt runs a lot of crossing routes versus man coverage. The guy sneaks out the backside. It'd be a chance for a big play.
Keep an eye on Kalijah Lipscomb, 16. Trying to hit Lipscomb. One-handed catch, and he'll have the 1st down. Flag comes in late as well. I don't know that he ever got 2 hands on that football.
He didn't. And I think that's why the penalty came in. Number 30, Kevin Richardson, was on the coverage.
Pass interference, defense, number 30. Penalties, ball is placed at the spot of the foul, automatic 1st down.
Here he is here. He's just going to run up to the top of the thing, top of the chains and just sit down. As you can see, Kevin Richardson get a hand on him. He's pulling on that left arm of it, but the ability of him to go up and snag the football with one arm is why he's a big play.
Disconnect there between Shermer and Lipscomb, and that one sails out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Kyle Shermer now, 5 out of 9, 68 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Keyshawn Vaughn, 7 carries, 90 yards. Haven't seen a whole lot of him here in the second quarter.
And you know, when it comes time to throw the football, he's looking one or two ways. Is Derek Pinkney his tight end or Kalijah Lipscomb? And here's Pinkney at the bottom of the screen right now.
Pinkney will release. Shermer, though, nowhere to go. He just has to tuck and run and get as much as he can, and he'll pick up a yard. Clock under 2 minutes. Vandy does have all 3 timeouts.
Big 3rd down here, because if you do not pick up the 1st down, Arkansas still has time on the clock. They have timeouts to maybe get it down and get something before halftime. But this is a 3rd down here. Kyle Shermer has played tons of football. He has to make a good decision here.
He went to Lipscomb last time on 3rd and relatively long. Let's see if he finds Pinkney, the tight end.
The layup game, offense, number 14, 5 yards, penalty, 3rd down.
Shermer looks to be a little frustrated with the play getting in on time. That's pretty inexcusable for a guy who's played this much football. And like you just mentioned, Dave, they got 3 timeouts. If you get the clock starts to run down, call timeout.
I mean, at times when you were playing, would you just go ahead and make a call on your own?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Instead of taking the 5 yards, making it a tougher 3rd down.
Here comes some heat again. Shermer dropped. A flag comes in, but Shermer down around the 23-yard line.
Hold it. Offense, number 77. Penalties refused. 4th down.
Watts and Agim. Watts kind of force him out of the pocket.
Right at the top here, you're gonna see the edge. He gets beat, get pushed into him. Now he has to step up. And now you see McDermott come in and make the play right there. But the pressure from the inside, they brought 6-man pressure and nowhere to go for Kyle Shermer. And Arkansas comes up with a huge stop before the half.
Fourth down and forever. Tomei. Arkansas will back off. Boy, good booming kick. That'll send Stewart back around the 20-yard line, and he falls there. A 56-yard punt. And what a time for that with 57 seconds to go before halftime. And with that, we'll be back in 10 seconds after this message from Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Regulation size.
Go route. Footwear aisle. Height.
Still don't ever know if that pass was completed or not.
She said go route, and I think Ty Story would take a nice go route right here to get his team into halftime with a big score.
1st and 10. They are backed up at the 16-yard line. O'Grady goes in motion. Chase Hayden in the backfield. They'll dump it off to Hayden, and he'll get out of bounds. No gain on the play.
I love the 1st down screen call. You want to get this drive started on a high note, even though you don't pick up big yards, but
Three receivers to the wide side of the field. They'll go inside handoff, and a huge hole again for Hayden, and he's out to the 30-yard line. That'll be a 15-yard pickup. Stop the clock momentarily with 45 seconds.
Really good call with Vanderbilt playing coverage right now. They got to give up these runs underneath, but I'm sure Vanderbilt will take that.
4-man rush on Story. And just out of reach. Looking for LaMichael Petway. 32 seconds to go before halftime.
Those are the plays and difference between you getting first downs and getting a big play before the half. And this is a good route versus cover 2. Runs a good corner route. Just have to hit that throw if you're Ty Storey. He's wide open, didn't have any pressure in his face. Those are the consistent throws that he hasn't been consistent with all year.
Second down. Storey. That time he connects. Catch made by Deion Stewart. Saw a couple of bodies go flying in the air. Everybody looks to be okay, but a gain of 17.
That was a big-time throw. He steps into the football, throws a BB out to the sideline, and you see Stewart getting his feet down. Big chunk play for Arkansas.
Completed catch. The previous play is under further review.
The left foot seems to be down, but does he have complete control as he goes out of bounds? I think is what they're going to look to see, and I think here's a good angle to see.
That's a catch. That's a catch.
You just got to make sure, Dave, that's all.
All right, well, we just determined. Let's go back. Let's play.
Left foot down. He actually slides that right foot. Deion Stewart says that's good on Sunday as well as Saturday.
I don't know what else to look at. Looks like he had clear control of the ball, had a foot down in the ground. Actually, 2 of them right there, so doesn't appear there's any kind of bobble. Our lines judge right there staring at it.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a catch, first down.
Stewart's like, yeah, I knew it.
So first down and 10, ball be placed at the 48-yard line. Remember, Arkansas still has 2 timeouts to deal with and 26 seconds.
And the fact you still have a couple of timeouts, you can throw the football in the middle of the field and call timeout and still have time.
3 receivers near side. They'll split O'Grady away from the line of scrimmage to the near side in the slot, but they'll hand it off. Chase Hayden trying to run for it, and he'll be stopped around the Vanderbilt 43. They'll take a timeout there after a 9-yard pickup. Chase Hayden having a nice first half as well. And don't forget, coming up at the break, you can watch the live performance of the Razorback Marching Band on SEC Network Plus. Start streaming now on your ESPN app. Guys and gals ready to go on what is a absolutely gorgeous day here in Northwest Arkansas. And this is one of my favorite places to come to in the fall. As you fly into this place and you see the trees, leaves changing colors. It is just a beautiful part of the country. Love it here.
It is. It's one of the places you like to come to, and you're not a cloud in the sky today.
Boy, in about 2 weeks, you can start to see them change on that tree right there. About 2 weeks, this is the place you want to be if you're into that. A little golf weather too, DJ.
So I take it you're into that. You're into the changing of the trees, and you like that fall
I like
look.
nature. I like to be outside.
Like nature?
I like to see the leaves changing colors on the golf course.
I do like that as well.
Yeah. Second down and a yard. Empty set. Over the middle, tipped in the air, and he had a man. Deion Stewart found a little hole in that defense, and Story just a little short with that throw. Dimitri Moore tipped it. But a flag down as well in the backfield. See if that wasn't a hold against the way he's looking. Yeah, Hubert Owens telling us it's a hold. And Derek Mason trying to figure out if he wants to take it or not with 12 seconds.
Holding. Offense number 60. 10-yard penalty. 3 second down.
He says back him up.
Right down the bottom of your screen here, you come along. Gets a little help from Gibson from the inside. Gets a little double team in there.
Man,
but
you get held and then you get clocked.
The life of a defensive lineman.
Man.
But hey, on the back end of it, he gets the holding penalty, so
right.
It makes him feel a little better.
It's a win for him, right?
Absolutely.
Story will dump it off underneath. Hayden trying to get out of bounds. He'll do it with 6 seconds.
Looks like we have a chance to get a heave in the end zone. And we've seen crazier things happen at the beginning of halves or games after on a Hail Mary toss. So this is definitely in Ty Story's range to throw it in the end zone if they try to attempt that.
Well, you know, if you get 10 more yards, you can give Limpert a shot. He's hit a 54-yarder this year.
6 seconds is tough, though. 6 seconds is tough to try to throw it and then get out and call a timeout.
What about an out route?
It's a possibility, but it has to happen fast.
He'll go underneath. He got to the 42. I'm not sure what good that's doing you. They'll call the final timeout and stop. Actually, that's going to be it. That's it. There is no time left. That thing did not go as planned for sure. Arkansas staying on the field saying they got a timeout. Vanderbilt's heading to the locker room. Everybody looking at Hubert Owens like, what are we doing?
I think they're wondering if they got the timeout on the sideline with 1 second to go.
I mean, the whistles came clearly after the zeros hit the clock.
I agree.
Arkansas called timeout, their final timeout, with 1 second left on the clock. Please. Thank you.
Catches the football with 3-2. It'll be interesting. Chad Morris said his length is 38-yard line. This is a little bit deeper than that.
Boy, like Derek Mason is just livid over there.
As he should be.
Well, that's going to turn into a he said, she said thing at the end of the day, right? So Vanderbilt will send 2 safeties back to the goal line. Derek Mason still not finished. He is one to have another discussion.
Vanderbilt coach has called timeout to challenge the spot on the field that it was a first down. The previous play is under further review.
First, initially, Hubert Owens said that Arkansas called a timeout with 1 second. Now Derek Mason wants to challenge whether or not it was a first down. I believe it was 3rd down. There wasn't a 4th.
And he gave himself up here. You can see Chase Hayden making the good decision. He gives himself up by going down to a knee. And there's clearly 2 seconds on the clock. And Chad Morris could have easily called timeout because he's usually standing right by a referee at that time. Knee is down, gives himself up.
What I don't get is the fact that even if you're challenging this, it'd still be 4th and 1, and you're still going to throw it to the end zone anyway, no matter what you do here.
I agree.
And Derek Mason has every right to challenge the spot, but it really doesn't change things. The ball's going to be at the yard line that it's on, and they're going to get one more play.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Well, we were just cruising along. Boom.
End of the half, they matter. Coaches do not want to give up anything before the half because it gives one team or another momentum going in. So Derek Mason wanted to make sure Arkansas gets none of that as big boy field goal here.
Yep, Connor Limpert coming out. I told you he had a career-long 54-yarder earlier. The guy's made 10 straight, and he will try a 60-yarder. Kick is on the way. Is it enough? It'll be returned by Vanderbilt. They're bringing it out of the end zone. Arkansas looks like they were ready to make the play. And Williams, Dimitri Moore back there bringing it out. And that'll do it for what was a wild conclusion to the last 30 seconds of this game. Hey, Dave Neal back alongside my partner DJ Shockley, and certainly Rakeem Boyd, great opening drive, kind of went quiet. Meanwhile, Keyshawn Vaughn, great first quarter. Then we didn't see him much, of course, didn't play last week.
It's going to be interesting to see how they use both guys. You talk about Rakeem Boyd, he had 12 carries, 8 yards to finish that half. He has to be more of a factor. On the other side, Keyshawn Vaughn, they're trying to limit how much they use him because he's been in and out of the lineup. Both guys have to be a huge factor in this offense if they want to be successful in this second half.
Vaughn, we were told, would be a little bit on a pitch count, if you will, just trying to save him down the stretch after missing last week, trying to get his football legs under him. That's why only 7 carries in that first half, but they were all pretty impressive carries. This football bouncing around and out to the 20-yard line. Take a look at Playing with Style, brought to you by Belk. Keyshawn Vaughn, coach told us he was, quote, huge to this offense.
Well, he is a true game changer for them, and he adds so much to their offense with his speed and ability to get to that second level. And we saw early in that ball game how much a factor he is to this offense. And if he can continue playing at that type of level, this can be a very, very explosive offense for Vandy.
How about only 9 pass attempts for Kyle Shermer in that first half? He was 5 of 9, 68 yards, but he did have 2 touchdown passes.
I think it's been about ball control for Vandy, getting ahead and staying ahead of the chains.
There's Vaughn trying to break a tackle, and he does, and he gets popped out of bounds. Let's go downstairs to Dawn.
Hey, guys, you mentioned just 9 passes thrown by Vanderbilt. Yeah, head coach Chad Morris was pretty heated when he talked about his team and their inability to stop the run in that first half. He told me they have got to take some pride in stopping the run in this second half. Said it wasn't their best half of football on either side of the ball, but he pointed out to his guys, you got to get off blocks, you got to set the edge.
Well, we'll see how they do that here on the first couple possessions of the second half. By the way, Keyshawn Vaughn up over 100 yards now, 8 for 101. Welcome back, Keyshawn. And Pinckney makes another catch with a couple defenders hanging all over him. Bobbles it a touch, but still able to hold on.
And the same trend will go in the second half for Vanderbilt. I think they came in with a great plan of trying to be balanced, not trying to force the issue with Kyle Shermer because he's one of the elite passers around this league. They've done a great job of implementing the run game and complementing that with the pass game and the bootlegs and the play action to go along with it.
We've even seen Mo Hassan come in at quarterback, the backup for Vanderbilt, ran a play, picked up a first down. Vaughn tripped up around the 34. So now you're looking at a third down. Good job by Armon Watts in the middle of that defense. And now you're in a passing situation as you look at a 3rd and 7.
Huge down for Vandy. They got a chance to really start this second half off on a high note, but the ball's going to be in Kyle Shermer's hand. See if he can execute and pick up a big first down.
Vanderbilt has struggled this year in 3rd downs. They're 113th in the country, 33%. And today they're just 1 out of 4 on converting. Josh Crawford in the backfield now for the Commodores. Nowhere to go. Shermer's dropped again, back at the 22-yard line. Randy Ramsey with his third sack of the year, a loss of 11.
Randy Ramsey, you see him right off the edge, coming right off the edge. He's going to have a good chance of getting after Kyle Shermer. But the pressure from the inside, again, forces Kyle Shermer to really want to vacate the pocket and right into the hands of Randy Ramsey. Really big adjustment there for Arkansas coming out of halftime, getting a big stop there.
A couple of sacks today for Arkansas. They had 6 last weekend against Tulsa. Wobbly kick. Stewart lets it bounce and takes a favorable Vandy roll, and then there's a flag that comes in. Kind of a dangerous play by Stewart. 47-yard punt if it stands.
You wonder if he thought maybe one of his guys touched it while he went to go jump on it. So if so, heads up play.
Well, we were running at a pretty good clip there in the first half, but right before halftime, things came to a grinding halt, trying to figure out things the last couple seconds, and we'll figure this out as well.
Personal foul, targeting. Number 3 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty. The previous play is under further review.
Well, we'll take a look at that when we come back. Timeout on the field.
The foul was actually called number 14, Arkansas. However, after review, there is no foul for targeting.
There was kind of mass confusion going on during the break. You know, we're trying to figure out, look for a targeting call against Vanderbilt. Didn't see one, and here's the only thing that we could see coming into the top right of your screen. And Rideau Tutt with a shot to a Vanderbilt player, and they called that. That's where the targeting play was, on 14, red, and not on the kicking team. But anyway, it wasn't targeting, so everything's okay. But a little confusion there.
Just a little bit.
Handoff goes to Boyd. He's out over the 30 to the 33-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5.
And there's, I believe, the recipe for success for this Arkansas offense is find ways to get the ball into number 5 hands, Rakeem Boyd. You see he picks up positive yards, but Story has been a little inconsistent throwing the football in the first half.
Only a yard on that carry. It's Boyd gets another collision in the middle of that defense. Josh Smith, the first one there for the Commodores. Boy, you touched on a little bit. The opening drive, Rakeem Boyd, 3 carries, 40 yards. And he sits right now with 13 carries and just 58 yards here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding up front. Vandy's found something up front where they've been able to slow down Rakeem Boyd. And you see what Arkansas has done on third down. Decent today, but a big down here.
Pressure comes. Arkansas picks it up pretty well, and they go underneath to O'Grady, who will have the first down over the 40-yard line. But Darius Wiley dragging him to the turf, but a gain of 6. Boy, both tight ends today have shown up and shown out. They have been phenomenal.
You can see the comfort level from both quarterbacks, knowing where your big tight ends are. They're a big body guy who understands lots of zones, and they can use their body against defenders to get open, and both have done that today.
O'Grady had 7 catches against Alabama. 4 today as Ty Story, number 4, spins, and he got walloped right as he turned the corner. Remember, he's coming off a couple of weeks under concussion protocol, and you can see him kind of shaking the head a little bit.
Takes a nice little hit coming in there from Darius Wiley. He was a little slow to get up. I'm sure that's the last thing that Arkansas wants to see is their quarterback go down again.
Boyd out of that pistol formation is your tailback. There's the handoff. Rakeem. Big run into Vandy territory down to the 40, 16 yards.
Yelta Froholt is one of their most experienced offensive linemen. left guard who comes around there and gives them a big crease around to create that space, but they just really just collapsed everything around that left side, and huge side to run through for Boyd.
They'll call it incomplete. Boy, Deion Stewart ran about a half a mile there before the snap of that ball. He's running sideline to sideline. They throw it underneath to O'Grady for nothing.
Just a slow developing play. They were trying to do so many things to distract the eyes away from C.J. O'Grady, and it took so long. Linebacker never left, and nothing there for Grady.
We were talking to Arkansas and Joe Craddock, the offense coordinator, about Vanderbilt defense and the complexity. They had one game this year where they had 45 consecutive defensive plays with a different look. 45. That'll be incomplete as pressure got on Story in a hurry and he had to just throw it away. Caleb Peart getting in the backfield for the Commodores.
And Dave, you bring up a great point of really how much Vanderbilt does up front. And I think that's part of how they stop the run game is they have a lot of pre-snap movement. They do a lot of things at the line of scrimmage to take the eyes away from the offensive lineman. But big third down here.
Well, they've got 7 at the line of scrimmage. They get 8.
Third down. You know he's looking for O'Grady.
Vanderbilt switching things up defensively. O'Grady in the slot. Boy, Story spun right into the coming blitz. Gets it off to Chase Hayden, and he is dropped around the 37-yard line, a gain of 3. Well, a lot happening on that play, and Vanderbilt wins.
Usually what happens on 3rd and long, defensive coordinators pin their ears back and come after you. And you see Jason Tarver, defensive coordinator for Vanderbilt, did just that. But give Donovan Sheffield, number 21, the corner for Vanderbilt, open field tackle, forces a long, don't go for the field goal here.
Well, the holder's not out. Jack Lindsey running on late. Play clock at 6. Limpert was out there looking around. Am I supposed to drop kick this? 55 yards. It's a line drive that will split the uprights. He's shaking his head. Hey, man, you just hit a 55-yarder. Connor Limpert had a streak of 10 straight snapped when he missed 60 yards to end the first half, but he redeems himself with a 55-yarder. Chad Morris, a coach that expects to score a lot of points. Well, things have not worked out that way this year, so maybe a year ago at SMU, field goals weren't his thing, but he'll take points wherever he can get them now, I guess.
In this ball game, points are a premium. Get them when you can, and 55-yarder, take that one all day.
So talk to me about Kyle Shermer a little bit. Senior's been around. What do you like about his game, and what do you think he needs to improve on?
There's some things he do really well. You talk about making smart decisions, not forcing the ball down the field. You have a shot play, giving your guys a chance to make plays in space. He also does a great job of understanding what defenses are trying to do, the pre-snap recognition, and then once you snap the football, know where to go with the football and delivers a strike. Those are some of the strengths. Now, some things he needs to work on is anticipation when guys are in his face, throwing it a little bit earlier so the guys don't come back and get him. And the last thing is they're going to throw shot plays. He has to be more accurate on deep balls down the field. If he can continue to get better at some of those weaknesses, he's definitely a Sunday player.
Yeah, he'll definitely get quite a bit of look, a lengthy look after this season is over for sure. He's got
offense.
He's got the size, the arm, 6'4",
first down,
225. Third on Vanderbilt's all-time passing list, chasing down Jay Cutler, 52 touchdowns. Actually, give him 54 now. Cutler with 59 touchdown passes is the school record holder, so certainly Shermer has a chance to end up number 1 in that department. So 1st and 15. Just a straight handoff. Keyshawn Vaughn only a yard. Marvon Watts with another tackle inside.
As we talk about often in the SEC, it's a line of scrimmage ball game. As we love to talk about the stat line and the stars, it's a line of scrimmage game, and you can't change it. You're going to be in trouble.
Vaughn tried to hit that hole in a hurry, and he's closed by Randy Ramsey. And he gets 5, so now here's another third down and lengthy number, 3rd and 9, let's call it.
And you go back to first down. The lack of success on first down forces a long 3rd down play here. And we haven't seen Kyle Sherman, this offense, convert a lot of these long 3rd downs. As you can see, 1 for 5 on the day. Another big chance for Arkansas to get off the field.
5 at the line of scrimmage for Arkansas. And they will rush 5. Throw to the outside. And is it caught? And a flag comes in as well. Right where Pinckney is, around the 45-yard line, a flag came flying in. Actually, they're going to move the flag to where the ball was caught. Lipscomb makes another circus grab. Look, he's working against Ryan Pulley, a guy they're real excited about at Arkansas and how he's playing right now.
Ryan Pulley, one of the better players for him. They talked about he's growing into a big-time SEC corner, and they raved about his skills and where he's become.
Holder, defense, number 11, on an eligible receiver during the legal forward pass play. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
That's Pulley working on Lipscomb. Let's see if we can see it.
Yeah, he's holding the entire time as it goes down. You have to eventually let that go. Know he's trying to be physical, and he's one of those big corners, 5'11", 198. But eventually, you got to let that shoulder pad go and play fundamental ball on the outside.
Vanderbilt converts a 3rd down and 9, helped by the penalty, of course. And here's Vaughn looking for some room. He will bounce it to the near side, and it's pushed hard out of bounds. Wow. Boy, Vaughn got slung right into that equipment truck. That was close to being a little bit late. Cameron Curl was the guy that pushed him out.
That's also a little frustration coming from Cameron Curl. It looks like they had it bottled up front, but this is again the patience and the vision to not just try to force it in there, bounce it outside, pick up some positive yards, and they may have had a step outside right there. All right, pushes him right as he gets to the line, to the out-of-bound marker.
So it's 2nd down and about a yard. There's a hold. That was pretty clear, even from our vantage point. Ramirez making the tackle, but that'll back up Vanderbilt.
Holding, offense. Number 61, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, 2nd down.
61 is Bruno Reagan, your center here. Usually really reliable, but as he tries to get across his face, you can see practically he tackles him. He just has to do a better job there of trying to get across the other side of his face mask so he does not have to hold him.
You know, he's a big martial arts guy, really specializes in judo.
I don't really specialize in judo, so I want to
that looked like a judo move, but that's my point. Left side to Kari Blasingame. We got a couple. Gain of 3. So we have closing in on 6.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. And another 3rd down coming up for Vanderbilt. Well, they've had a bunch of 3rd downs today. They've only converted 1.
And every 3rd down they've had, Kyle Sherman has looked for Kalijah Lipscomb or Jared Pinckney, who are coincidentally on the same side right now.
And Lipscomb comes split out wide to the near side. You got Pinckney in the slot. They'll go the other way. Low throw. Is it caught? And it appears so on the far side. C.J. Bowler, the big freshman who had a touchdown catch last week, coming up with the grab.
And they love what C.J. Bowler has brought to this offense, too. He has been detailed. And watch him go down and get this football. Low and away. I don't mind the throw from Kyle Sherman. Low and away. Ryan Pulley again on the coverage.
Well, Shermer took a timeout. Vanderbilt was trying to get to the line in a hurry, but he had to call a timeout. You could see frustration on Shermer, and that certainly will give the guys in the replay booth an opportunity to look at that a little bit longer.
After the timeout, the previous play is being reviewed by replay. The ruling on the field was a completed pass.
He does a good job of going down and getting the football. Does that football hit the ground and move at all is the question.
Let's see if this look coming up is not our best look at it. And boy, he got both hands around the football. Did he get him under the football? Did he have control of the football?
It looks like that left hand gets under the football.
Now remember, the ball could touch the ground as well as if he's having complete control of the football.
And we got to remember the call on the field was a completed catch.
Right. The ground can't help you catch the football, obviously, but I think he had control of that football.
Absolutely.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
Crowd here doesn't like it, but I think everything about that was dead on.
I like the call. It was pretty clear. You could not tell if the ball hit the ground or not, so call on the field must stand. We talk about C.J. Bowler, though, who is finally making his presence known in this ball game, and they're extremely excited about him. Andy Lovely, the offensive coordinator, said he's such a detailed player for a freshman, coming to this game averaging over 14 yards of reception.
Now all of our officials are meeting.
All right, because of the review, Vanderbilt would not be charged with a timeout.
So did they just give, I couldn't understand, did they just give Vanderbilt their timeout back?
Yep.
I believe they did.
They did.
So that'll certainly help Vanderbilt in a lot of ways. So maybe the Shermer timeout worked out well for them. They're coming around the edge. Marlowe still on his feet, spun out of bounds at the 35. They've used that a couple of times today. They've also worked off of that motion game with Marlowe.
And that action keeps the defense honest because you do not know where the football is going to go. And because of the speed of Marlowe, when they do hand it, you're out leveraged on the defensive side of the ball. But Vanderbilt's done a good job of playing off that particular jet sweep type of action and then throwing the football.
First down and 10 at the 35. Well, that was such a huge conversion a moment ago on 3rd and 9. Bowler with a great catch. Shermer going to keep it, dump it off underneath. And another reception. That goes to Chris Pierce, the sophomore out of Virginia. He's getting some work. Pierce now with 9 catches on the season.
Kyle Shermer seeming to find his groove here in the third quarter, putting the football more in the air. The run game has definitely been a big factor, but getting Shermer more acclimated to this ball game, throwing the football has been big.
2 tight end set for the Doors. Single setback is Vaughn dancing around that line of scrimmage. Finds a little bit of a seam, and we'll spot him back at the 26. So it'll be 3rd and short this time.
3rd and 1 screams. Keyshawn Vaughn, this offensive line, keep it on the ground. You ran the football really well.
You know, I don't have to live with the decision, but I always love a little play action. Hit your tight end down the middle on these 3rd and shorts. But again,
especially if you're going for it on 4th down.
They will hand it off to Vaughn, and he will have the first down. I guess that as a second option, Vaughn's pretty good.
I'm sure Andy Ludwig says that's our number 1 option.
Right. I just like, you know how much I like the tight end game.
No doubt, no doubt. Nothing wrong with that. Tight ends are usually quarterback's best friend.
10th play of the drive. Derek Mason watching this offense just methodically move down, and closing in on 3.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Play fake at Devon and dump it off to the tight end. And Pinckney will have a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Commodores, a 12-yard pickup.
Andy Ludwig heard you talking about the tight ends, David. Said, let's get them acclimated here. You see Pinckney coming across from the other side of the formation, just sneaks out the backside, and he has been a huge part of what they do. A nice, easy throw from Kyle Shermer. Picks up another first down. The Doors are just moving along down the field here on this drive.
4 targets for Pinckney, and he has caught every one of them for 54 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Straight handoff, Vaughn, and he slips on the turf around the 8-yard line. Give him a yard. Well, this drive closing in on 6 minutes. 11 plays and 67 yards so far.
And Dave, here we're being so close to the end zone, I wouldn't be surprised. I watched it on film a couple times. They use the play action here and find somebody right over the middle because there's so much attention to the run game. And you see the safeties and linebackers getting closer to their line of scrimmage now.
So you like my play? Play fake to Vaughn, get Pinckney over the middle.
I like it right here.
Right. This time they'll go to Vaughn straight up, and he bounces around off a couple of people, needs a block. There's a stiff arm. He's losing yardage, and he'll be dropped at the 18. Dorian Gerald finally drags him, a loss of 10 on the play.
Penetration is everything. And when you're able to get on the other side of the line of scrimmage and force your running back to go backwards, look how many guys are playing on the other side of the ball for Arkansas and forcing Keyshawn Vaughn to go the other way. But here's a big 3rd and goal. For Kyle Shermer, you have points. You have a field goal in your pocket.
Dorian Gerald missed the initial tackle, then chased him down to the turf. Good play by number 5. Shermer to the end zone, looking for Pinckney, overshoots him. Pinckney and Ryan Pulley chit-chatting back in the corner of the end zone, finally gets separated. So a 36-yard field goal attempt on the way from Riley Gay. It's been kind of up and down for old Riley. On the year, he's 8 out of 14, 0 for 1 last week, but brutal conditions. Everything seems to be pretty equal here. Not much wind on a gorgeous day. Kick is on the way, and it is good. Riley Gay with the 36-yard field goal attempt. Stretches it back to 7 for the Commodores. Derek Mason wanted a little bit more out of that 14-play, 57-yard drive. Almost 7.5 minutes off the clock, but they do make it a 7-point game. Now, on the flip side, if you're Arkansas, you got to get your offense going. They had to settle for a field goal, and I think it starts with Ty Story. He's got to start making some passes here to loosen up that defense.
Because Vanderbilt is living in the backfield right now. There's been a couple plays here and there by Boyd, but Ty Story has to back this defense up by throwing the football down the field 10, 15 yards, because if not, Vanderbilt's going to sit on everything and then stop your run.
288 yards for Arkansas, 254 for the Commodores. And this will be a touchback and out to the 25-yard line. We'll step aside, back at 60 seconds. Just an absolutely perfect afternoon here in Northwest Arkansas. Reynolds Razorback Stadium, 24-17. Thought this would be a really close game. That's exactly what we've gotten. And Ty Story back at the helm this week after sitting out last week. Really had a nice game against Ole Miss a few weeks ago. Got hurt late. Things unraveled. Ole Miss came back to win that one. A tough defeat for the Hogs. But came back last week, I thought, as a team and rebounded well with a shutout. But this is the guy that's got to make it happen.
Yeah, he does. And when we had a chance to sit down with him, he's taking 9 hours this fall, and they're expecting him to play at a higher level. He's a guy that sits in on the offensive coaches' meetings. He's a part of the game plan. That part of that leadership has to come out now.
And they will throw deep on the first play. There's a man. No! Just off the fingertips of Jordan Jones. It was there for the taking.
That's the shot play. That's the one that changes the momentum of the game for you. And you see Jordan Jones just runs a straight post route to the middle and just beats the corner. He just needs to put just a tad more air on that football and allows the receiver to run under, especially when he's that open. You have to give him a chance. You can't be trying to make a perfect throw on that one.
And that's the type of play Joe Craddock said they have to be real careful about, because now you're looking at 2nd down and 10 and you're chasing the chains again. They'll come near side. A little bit of room over there for gain of 6. Let's go down to Dawn.
Well, Dave, DJ, that shot that Ty Storey took, usually senior corner Donovan Sheffield on that side of the field, but he injured his, it looked like, ankle on a 3rd down play on their last possession, was hobbling off, headed to the locker room to get that, looked like, and that's a guy Coach Mason told us is playing his best ball right now.
He is a good one for sure. So that amounts, that last play picks up 6 to Ty Morris, and
here comes pressure.
And Vanderbilt's got him at the line of scrimmage. Quick throw and batted away. No flags on the play.
And look who makes the play. The guy who is taking the spot of Donovan Sheffield and Randall Haney.
So again, it goes back to that taking a shot, and that's the biggest thing that Chad Morris and Joe Craddock talked to us about is they love taking 1st down shots in their normal scheme, but this isn't a normal year, and you see what happens when they don't connect.
And that's a big part of that, and that's the 1 or 2 plays a game. They go back and look and say that could be the difference in a win or loss. A lot of plays in the ball game, but that one is really going to sting.
Trey Ellis will catch, try to run. Nowhere to go. Good coverage by Arkansas. 47-yard punt, no return. 12 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Well, college football continues today. We're right here on the SEC Network. 12th ranked Kentucky heading to Missouri. Be a lot of fun. Can Drew Lock pick through that Kentucky defense? That's a good defense. Then at 7:30, Tennessee squares off against South Carolina. Another very competitive game on paper. One of those teams going to walk out of there with a much better chance at going to some postseason game with a win. Look at it, 71% and 66%. You lose that one?
You're telling me it matters just a little bit, huh? Missouri, Kentucky, that'll be an interesting matchup in Como.
Shermer. They will throw it back to Pinckney. He's got a lot of room and some blockers. There goes the big fella, tripped up at the 38, and a flag comes in. A 39-yard gain. Derek Mason.
There's no foul on the play. Result of the play is a 1st down.
Watch Cameron Curl. It looks like right at the end he turned his back so that he would force a block in the back. Watch it.
Right. And that's Justin Skull right there, number 58 on the block. Cameron Curl going above and beyond trying to get the block in the back right there.
But that'll do it. A big play. Another big one going to the tight end, Jared Pinckney. 5 catches, 93 yards, and a couple of TDs. Vanderbilt on the move again as we head to the final 15 here in Fayetteville.
Time for a studio update. Clemson, FSU. Clemson's largest win ever over against FSU in Tallahassee was 11 points. That happened in 1989. They're now up 38-0 on the Seminoles. Clemson looking to make a run while Alabama's on a bye week.
Thanks, Peter. Appreciate that. That was kind of a shot to the ribcage. And by the way, I witnessed that game in 1989. Mo Hassan in at quarterback again. We saw him in the first half with a nice 1st down run, and he'll pick up maybe 4 on this one. Well, our game summary shows you some of the numbers that have been important. Shermer has not thrown it much at all, but he's been pretty good with it. 10 of 15, 133, and a couple of touchdowns. Keyshawn Vaughn, after sitting out last week, back with 118 yards on the ground. Vanderbilt putting their foot on the gas here on this drive. That should be good enough for the first down. And Shermer back on the field. Hassan goes back to the sidelines.
You can sense offensively the momentum has changed for Vanderbilt. Being able to run the football has been big.
And along those lines, first down plays have been huge. Vanderbilt averaging 12 yards a play on first down. Arkansas 2.3.
The tail of the game. Tail of the game. Who's ahead of the change and who has to work to get first downs after not being successful on first down.
Here comes that little end around sweep that they use with Marlowe, and he'll fight. Flag comes in though. That looks like that's going to be a hold against Vanderbilt, so Marlowe's run will be wiped away.
Holding offense number 80, 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
And just as we talk about first down, there's a penalty that occurs on first down that sets them back. But you're still in good field position here. He tries, you see he's trying to pull away from him. He just never lets him go.
So 1st and 20. No available room up front for Vaughn as a string of cardinal red jerseys come in to make the play, led by Harris.
We talked to Derek Mason and Andy Ludwig about what type of things they have done really well, and the outside run has been really a big part of what they do, but also the screen game. The screen has been a huge part of Vanderbilt and how they have continued to move the football. Look for some screens maybe in this fourth quarter to get them going.
Lassen game and Crawford in the backfield. There it is on cue. Good call, my friend. This has a chance to pick up the first down and then some. Boy, you could just sense Arkansas was selling out on 2nd and long, and you and Andy Ludwig thinking exactly the same.
You get the big guys out in front, and look at the convoy of big players outside. Bruno Reagan, one of those leading the way. And nice job of Kari Blasingame by allowing that to set up. And just like that, you got a first down and all the momentum.
That should slow down the rush for a moment anyway, right?
It should.
First down and 10 from the 13. Keyshawn Vaughn. Boy, that's Harris just flying to the football. Boy, he just has a nose for where it's going and gets there in a hurry. And, of course, as the old coaches like to say, with a bad attitude.
Yeah, whatever he's going after tackle, it's with violent intentions. And it's so hard for offensive linemen to get up on him because he recognizes things so fast. And then he's shot at a cannon and limiting to a 1 or 2 yard gain when it easily could have been 5 or 6 yards.
Play clock down to 5. They'll just run it left side with Vaughn running hard, and he gets 6 from 11 yards out. His 2nd touchdown today.
Just a methodical drive by Vanderbilt, using the run, a little bit of pass here. And this is what Derek Mason said. If we can get Keyshawn Vaughn to the second half, we have a chance. Tough, hard, physical run. And that's a big reason why he's a leader of that offense and why they're productive today.
11.5 minutes to go. Riley Gay's point after is good, and Vanderbilt has stretched this out to 14. Keyshawn Vaughn is healthy, and that is good news for the team wearing the white jerseys today. This from 11 yards out. Go get him, big fella.
All right, coming up right after this game, we've got a big one in Columbia. Mark Stoops' Kentucky Wildcats' best start since 2007. They've held every opponent to 20 or less points in that game. Barry Odom, remember, they scored 65 at home against Memphis last week. A little over an hour to kickoff.
Thanks, Peter. That's going to be a lot of fun in Columbia, Missouri, watching that Missouri offense last week looked so good against Memphis. Now they face those just angry-looking Wildcats on defense. Should be a fun test. Great day of football right here on the network with Tennessee and South Carolina finishing things off. How about Keyshawn Vaughn today? Didn't know how good he would be. We knew he would be a factor, but boy, he has been a lot bigger of a factor than I thought.
Wow, I mean, the complete and total package when you get Keyshawn Vaughn on the field and add him with Kyle Shermer adds such a balance to this offense with his tough physical downhill run action and opens up everything. You see him run through tackles all day long and continues to get stronger as the game goes on. He's found his rhythm with Vandy and has completely closed the door on Arkansas trying to tackle him today.
Illinois transfer, former Gatorade High School Player of the Year in the state of Tennessee. Here's Rakeem Boyd. He's got some big play potential. He is out of bounds. Boy, that was close to going to the house. He'll get 21 out of that. Rakeem Boyd up to 95 yards on 16 carries.
Austin Cantrell coming around there tight and getting a good blocking. When he turned that corner, Dave, that number 5 looked eerily similar to a Darren McFadden turning the corner, getting up the sideline.
Yeah, there you go. First down and 10. They'll fake it to Boyd. Story throws over the middle, batted in the air, and almost picked off. That dropped right between 3 white jerseys. Mike Woods had it for a moment, it looked like, or had a shot at it.
Ty Story's doing everything he can right now. I mean, that's a pretty good thrown football. Mike Woods has to come up that catch.
Needs some help, no doubt. On second down, they go with Boyd again. Look at him hit that hole, and he'll have a first down. That's 12 more yards for Boyd, and that'll put him up over 100 yards. Look what he's done in the SEC. 3 games, Alabama, Ole Miss, and now Vanderbilt with 100-plus yards on the ground. Nowhere to go there. Griffin stops Boyd in his tracks after a gain of 3.
You can see how special Rakeem Boyd is as well. I mean, he's a downhill runner. He doesn't do too much east and west. He's a north and south guy. And he runs hard, has the speed to break away. But what he's done versus SEC opponents in the times he had, it's been pretty special. And I love the call to continue to run the football. You still got 10 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time to run the football and stay within your offense.
Play action by Story, some time. Wide open is Mike Woods. The freshman pushed out of bounds inside the 15 down to the 11-yard line. 28 yards.
You love him just creating that space, just going all the way across the field, just a deep over route. And Ty Story, send back, being patient, allowing him to clear. Big play.
Boy, Vanderbilt not set defensively. Can Arkansas make them pay? Yes, they can. Touchdown, Tyson Morris. Well, we said Ty Story had to start making some plays.
Probably the biggest drive of the game right there. You needed points in that, and you needed 7. They went right down the field, and it all got started by Rakeem Boyd. Rakeem Boyd, the key to Arkansas, got him going with some big runs, opened up some things on the back end for Ty Story, and great drive for Arkansas.
Lempert's point after is up and good. Boy, that'll give the Hogs some confidence down to final 9:25 of this one. They've cut it to 7.
Big play by Ty Story. Coming to his left, allowing the play to unfold. Big drive. Now within 7.
SEC Network Football is presented by Allstate, reminding you that football season is mayhem.
Nothing like calling the Hogs here in Fayetteville on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon. Got a good one going on. 31-24. And what a drive by Ty Story and company to get him back within a touchdown. This kick will roll through the end zone out to the 25-yard line. Certainly, DJ, you know, this is an offense that has not had a great season, and Chad Morris has had to readjust on the fly to the weapons that he has. How are we going to use them the best? Ty Story has won this starting quarterback job, and that's looked like one of those drives where not only the offense, but for him to get some confidence.
The confidence is big, and you talk about having a good run game, having some guys help you out, and we talked about that. A couple drop passes throughout the year, but that drive was very critical for him, and as for this team, defense need to come up with a stopper. This offense has big-time confidence now.
Crowd starting to get into it on a first down. They'll go with Vaughn, and well, look at him. He's one of those guys you hear coach talk about. They fall forward. They get you the extra 2 yards when you think there's nothing there.
Looked like it was just a minimal gain, and the extra effort of Keyshawn Vaughn. And when we talked to Derek Mason, he could not talk too much about the importance of Keyshawn Vaughn and what he brings.
It is amazing what he allows the offense to do by him being on the field. Second down. Look at him hit the hole. First down, and drags a defender with him out over the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. That was Harris. Let's go down to Dawn.
Dave, DJ, I want to tell you what I'm hearing on this Vandy sideline right now. The word finish over and over. Remember what we talked about, finishing. Now's the time to finish. All we have to do is finish. Guys, this is a Vanderbilt team that's been here before. Gave up an 18-point lead to Florida in the second half. Had Kentucky on the ropes. Almost beat Notre Dame, but couldn't finish. And that is all the talk on this sideline right now.
I mean, this easily could be a different story for Vanderbilt here in 2018. Some pressure comes. They throw that way. Set up a screen. It's Blasingame. He's into Arkansas territory down to the 41. And there's what Andy Ludwig, the offensive coordinator, was telling us how good their screen game has been this year. But you got to pick the right times, of course.
You're right about that. And guess what? It comes on first down. When you expect to run, you expect something to pick up positive yards, you go to the screen game. How did they get going last drive? The screen got them going down that right sideline. They come back with Blasingame on the screen game. And it's been so productive for Vanderbilt.
So first down and 10. Shermer now 12 of 17, 175. Here's Vaughn. They're having a tough time getting him to the turf. He'll go to the 35-yard line. Bumper Pool bringing him down. Remember, Dre Greenlaw hobbled off the field early in this game, and Bumper Pool came in. I mean, it was early first quarter. I don't know how much we have seen Dre Greenlaw today. But Vaughn now with a career high 152. His previous high was 146 against Tennessee State. Blasingame, nowhere to go. Loss of 1. Randy Ramsey there to make a play. Ramsey having a heck of a game from his in spot. He's got 7 stops, including a sack today.
And another third down here. We saw on that last drive in the third quarter, especially, they converted a lot of times on third and long. Here's a third and medium. Here, Kyle Sherman come through again.
In the middle, it's Lipscomb. Spins out of trouble. And Kalijah Lipscomb will have a first down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. He picks up 17 yards.
And Dave, the one time they do not bring pressure, you give time for a veteran quarterback to survey the field. He's going to find an open receiver. And look at the patience. Look at the offensive line giving him that great pocket to throw in. Simple curl route, come back inside and find that void in the zone. And Kalijah Lipscomb's going to make you pay every time.
Five and a half minutes to play. Keyshawn Vaughn sees a little seam to the 5. He's run out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Cameron Curl pushes him out of bounds, but not before. Keyshawn Vaughn got 15 more.
I'm not sure we expected the ball to be in anybody else's hands but Keyshawn Vaughn here. And look at the blocking on the outside. Receivers doing a great job blocking down the field. You give Keyshawn Vaughn a lot of room, he's going to make you pay, and that number total continues to grow for a player who is so dynamic for Vanderbilt.
167 yards on the ground for Keyshawn Vaughn. Shermer to the end zone. Lipscomb was his intended target. Overshot him, did Shermer.
And sometimes you don't consider that to be a deep throw, but you see he raised his hand, because I was just going to say that. That's a throw he has to make. He has to give him just a little bit of air. He's coming from the inside on that corner route. Let him run to that back pylon and go get it.
Well, you wonder how many times they've repped that over the last couple of years, right? I mean, hundreds upon hundreds.
You get the perfect look. But I love the call. It's a first down throw in the end zone. You got 2 extra chances here to try to punch it in.
Here's Vaughn, cuts it back, dives for the end zone, and he gets in from 3 yards out. Some kind of drive for the Commodores. 9 plays, 75 yards, capped off by Keyshawn Vaughn's 3rd touchdown of the day.
The response from Vanderbilt's offense in this second half, you can't understate that. Every time Arkansas has came back and tried to make it close, that Vandy offense has really, really stepped up.
Just big boys up front, creating just enough for Keyshawn Vaughn.
Get him anywhere near the end zone, he's going to make a play, and Vanderbilt back up big.
There's the man of the moment, Keyshawn Vaughn, 24 for 170, 3 touchdowns today, as Vanderbilt has opened up a 14-point lead against Arkansas. And, you know, Derek Mason has talked about it ad nauseum around Nashville and again with us this week about this team has been so close, we just can't seem to finish, and we have to be able to finish. That last drive is one of those that make you think they can finish. But we'll see. I mean, there's 4:40 to go. Arkansas just had a great drive on their last possession to score a touchdown. Gay's kick will be brought out of the end zone by Warren. Oh, what a big hit. A huge hit from Chris Pierce.
Whoa.
He came out of nowhere and looked like a missile.
This is going full speed. Completely legal. And just...
Oh. Warren just disappeared.
Wow. Wow.
That's the way you wear the pads.
That'll be a part of his highlight reel for sure. That one kind of stung me up here, Dave. I'm just saying. Woo.
Handoff off the right side. Chris Pierce, a wide receiver by trade. Getting some love from his teammates on that big hit.
Deservingly so.
You know, we've talked so much about Keyshawn Vaughn, but, you know, Rakeem Boyd's had a heck of a day, too. 19 for 114 and a touchdown, averaging around 6 yards a carry today. There just hadn't been a whole lot to go with it. Loose football, and is that picked off? That may be one of the greatest big man interceptions you'll ever see.
Whoa. Find yourself a play, big man.
Louis Vecchio, the fifth-year grad senior transfer out of Penn.
Get that man to black football, please. Watch this. Battle around, right hand, off the pads, spin around, and still have to wear a fall to catch the football.
He got it.
Wow. Give yourself a top 10 moment right there, Mr. Vecchio.
That's got to be.
Easily. Give the big boy some love. That's so good on so many levels right there.
I was just informed they're going to call that a fumble and not an interception.
Oh.
Handoff to Vaughn. Keyshawn dropped after a gain of 3. That's too bad.
I know. Oh, man.
He just got to sign the ball. He's probably right next to Dawn's signature. Vecchio today, 3 tackles, a sack, and a fumble recovery. Also had a pass broken up, tipped a pass at the line of scrimmage.
You guys are doing a hell of a job.
Louis Vecchio playing his final year of college football after being in the Ivy League, now in the SEC. Boy, loving his afternoon here in Fayetteville. Well, we just got word that Louis Vecchio's interception, they changed to a fumble. They have decided to turn it back to an interception. So, yes, it could go down as one of the biggest, most impressive big man interceptions you will see. Second down for Vanderbilt. Handoff goes to Vaughn, nothing there. And because of old 2-9's effort on the field, we'll take a look at our 5-star play of the day, brought to you by Yellowwood. And no doubt, it's going to be an interception, and that'll certainly be one they'll be talking about for a long time around the football building.
Ooh, big boy getting some love right here, getting his name in the paper. He's going to be living large tonight after a play like that. He's going to say, hey, Kalijah, I got hands just like you, brother.
You know what's impressive about him? He was actually recruited out of high school by Mason, who was at Stanford at the time. And, you know, it's just a small world and how things kind of come back together. And here he is as a grad transfer, one season left to play, and decides, I think I'll go play for Coach Mason. And he has been a big factor on this defense.
Said he wanted to come and play big-time football, play in the SEC, and now he has something to remember for the rest of his life. That interception. It's what you call magical for a big guy.
The third down coming up. Tennyson goes in motion, but they'll hand it off left side. Huge hole right there for Blassingame. Well, Vecchio's play certainly number 1 on our list, but this was a close second.
This play here, I thought, was one of the top plays all around, too. And watch him get in the end zone and contort his body all kind of ways, throwing into double coverage, taking a hit, focusing on the football, and then laying out, giving everything he has to get in the zone. Jared Pickney, Keyshawn Vaughn, they are the catalyst to this offense, and while they have 38 points on the board today.
Pinkney, 5 catches, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. Shermer has, you know, the word manage, of course, gets used a lot, but he really has done a nice job with this offense today, running the show. He has thrown it just 19 times, but he's 13 out of 19, a couple of touchdowns, 192 yards, and really has not put him in any bad situations.
And the thing that comes to mind is efficient.
Yeah.
And when you're efficient with the football, you don't turn it over. And when they ask you to make a play or throw the football like they had to in the second half on key third downs, he's made those throws and he's made those plays. And that's what you expect out of a veteran quarterback in Kyle Sherman, to make those type of plays in those key situations.
You know, on the flip side of things, you know, you look at Macy, obviously he's going to walk out here happy to get only his 3rd road win of his Vanderbilt career. It'll be 3-16 on the road. But on the flip side of things, if you're Arkansas, another punch to the gut. How do you get this thing going?
It's one of the things that's going to really weigh on Coach Morris, because he's changed kind of his MO. He's changed and modified how he calls plays, and he's still trying to figure out what works best for this offense. And they've had some good moments today, but this team has to continue to fight and know that they're going to find a way to turn this thing around, and Coach Morris is going to get them going in the right direction.
Here goes Blasingame again, and he'll be down around the 5, and that'll be another first down. Bumper Pool with his 7th tackle after a gain of 8, and the clock continues to move closer to 2:45 to go.
And towards the end of the ball game, we've seen the importance of having a good run game, and we talk about the importance of Keyshawn Vaughn coming back, but Kari Blasingame has been a huge part of what they do as well, sparing him at times. But give credit to that offensive line. They came ready and prepared to play today and knew it would be a battle up front.
Almost 250 yards on the ground today for Vanderbilt. Mo Hassan back in the game at quarterback. Blasingame your tailback. And nowhere this time. Armon Watts. We've called his name quite a bit in the middle of that Arkansas defense today. Arkansas, you know, there have been 2 or 3 drives today that make you go, wow, man, there's a lot to work with here. And then the other drives, it's just kind of they stub their toe along the way somewhere, and they end up having, you know, 2nd down and 10, 3rd down and 10, and just can't convert.
And the big part for them offensively came from being good on 1st down. And we stressed it all game is if you get some positive plays going, then they start to ramp up a little bit of the tempo that they want to use, and they're able to move the football.
3 tight ends in the game. Looks a little bit like Wisconsin out there right now. Running with Blasingame, driving for the goal line. Let's see, they'll spot him a little bit shy. That's going to be just outside. Oh, they're going to give him the touchdown. Blasingame just stayed alive. Now they're to discuss whether or not he got in. It was an extremely late touchdown call. He's in.
Yeah, it's a lot of bodies there, so it's hard to overturn.
Yeah, he is in a mass of humanity. So Riley Gay to attempt the point after here. Vanderbilt about to put up 45 points. It would be a season high. And it is through the uprights. Don't forget, we have got another good one coming up. 12th ranked Kentucky taking on Missouri in Como. And you know the Tigers will be waiting for the Wildcats. Tennessee, South Carolina, 7:30 tonight. The winner of that one certainly has a favorable chance to get to a bowl game. The loser of that one, it will be a long and winding road. Yeah, how about Josh Allen? Unbelievable for Kentucky. He has been a highlight reel throughout the season. He'll be trying to chase down Drew Lock. And Drew has had his struggles against SEC teams this year. I mean, there has been a storyline that has been talked about quite a bit. Can today be the day he breaks that streak?
And that's going to be the difference. Can Drew Lock really force the football down the field and force Kentucky into maybe being down a couple touchdowns and forcing that offense to throw it a little bit more? We talked about it in this game. Terry Wilson only threw for 18 yards in their win over Vanderbilt.
Deion Stewart, after that last collision, decides, hey, I'll go back and do that again. 45-24. Vanderbilt out in front, and Here's what the SEC standings look like. Now, of course, Vanderbilt appears they will pick up their first conference win of the season, but boy, that East race is something else. Of course, a lot to be determined today with Florida and Georgia coming up in just a few minutes. And Alabama next week will take on LSU.
I think that game will matter just a little bit too, right?
I just wonder, is anybody even close to Alabama? Are they even close?
Well, you can score 35 points, then you may have a chance. Because they're going to put up numbers, I think, on anybody. Do you have an offense that can score just as much as Alabama can? And
this Arkansas team put up 31 and still lost by 34.
That hurts too.
Yeah. Deep out route. That'll be incomplete. 1:09 to go in this one. It'll be 3rd down and 2 coming up. Ty Story today, 18 completions, 173 yards. I mean, think about this. He is 18 of 21. 18 of 21.
He's thrown the football pretty well. I mean, he's overthrown a couple of times and been a little inaccurate, but for the most part, he's taking care of the football. They missed a couple big throws in this ball game that would have got him back in it.
Pressure comes a little bit late. That pass is caught. That'll be good enough for the first down. A gain of 9 goes to O'Grady. And O'Grady today has picked up 5 catches for 70 yards. Chase Hayden will get out of bounds. That'll stop it with 51 seconds.
Dave, you bring up C.J. O'Grady, and he's had a pretty good ball game himself. There's one thing that is not a lack of in this league is really good tight ends. On the other side for Vanderbilt, Pinckney has done a great job as well, being an outlet for Kyle Shermer.
Deep over the middle, man is there, caught by Petway, and he'll be hit and dropped just inside the 15-yard line. That's 31 yards.
Story with time has shown he can throw the football and throw it with good pace. This guy's making those plays for him.
Pickup of 3 goes to Morris. 22 seconds on the clock. The old stat stuffer drive right here. Story lofts it up, looking for O'Grady. Makes a wonderful catch in the back of the end zone.
Getting his feet down. Gil Burchell on the coverage. We just mentioned the tight ends. The plays they make are not usual tight end plays. These are big athletic guys going up, getting the football right here on top of a guy. That's one of those plays where you say you got Moss right there going up above Barksdale and coming down with it. And look at him getting both feet down.
Lempert's point after is up and good. That'll make it a 45-31 game with just 14 seconds to go in this one. Ty Story stretches his stat line out to 23 of 26, 240, a couple of TDs, but 2 interceptions. You know, for Vanderbilt, they had to play well down the stretch. Last year, they were in the same predicament. Could only muster a couple of wins and missed out on a bowl game. And this is a win that can get them started in the direction of 6 victories. And you see where they are. On November 10th, they're going to have just according to the FBI chance to win, just around 17%. But then they got some pick'em type games to close out the season. And both those games are in Nashville.
You got Ole Miss who will come in there. You know Missouri's going to be a tough opponent. But Ole Miss coming in there, their struggles on defense, what we saw today out of this offense, putting up 45 points today. Tennessee, you know, they've been up and down as well. 2 games, I'm sure they're going to feel like they can win, and they've beaten Tennessee over the last 2-3 years.
Little squibber down to the 15-yard line, and Vanderbilt will just take a knee and get out of here, and they will enjoy the trip back to Nashville, Tennessee. Kyle Shermer, 13-19, 192. Keyshawn Vaughn, 172 yards and 3 touchdowns. Blassingame, 46 yards on the ground. Pinckney, huge game, catching the football, 5 for 93. Lipscomb, 4 for 44. And Vanderbilt has put together 444 yards of offense and 447 on the board for Arkansas. And that will do it as the clock will wind down to zeros, and Derek Mason's team finally closes one out. And the Commodores will pick up their first conference win, and they're just the 3rd road win under Derek Mason as they win at 45-31. So with that, we'll get it to our studios.